In today's video, I'm going to teach you Xero BAS, how to code a bill when GST is not 10% of the total. Sometimes a supplier bill includes a mix of taxable and GST-free items, so the GST isn't exactly 10% of the total. Here's a clear way to code that correctly so your BAS lines up with the source document. First, log into your Xero AU organization and head to Purchases, then Bills. Choose New Bill and enter the bill details as you normally would, like the supplier, date, and due date. Before you add any lines, set amounts to tax exclusive. This setting gives you precise control over how GST is calculated and ensures your totals reconcile to the invoice. On the first line, you'll capture the GST inclusive portion of the bill. Look at the supplier bill and find the actual GST amount they charged. Multiply that GST figure by 11 to get the total value of the items that included GST. For example, if the GST shown is 7.50, then 750 times 11 equals 82.50. Enter that calculated amount in the unit price field, select the appropriate expense account for this purchase, and in the tax rate, choose GST on expenses at 10%. This tells Xero to calculate GST only on that portion and ensures the GST matches the supplier's bill. On the second line, you'll capture the GST-free portion. Take the full bill total and subtract the amount you entered on the first line. The result is the GST-free amount. Enter that remaining figure in the unit price field, use the same expense account as the first line for consistency, and set the tax rate to GST-free expenses at 0%, or BAS excluded if that's more accurate for your scenario. This step separates the taxable and non-taxable amounts cleanly. Now, review your totals. Confirm the total in Xero matches the total on the supplier bill. Then check the GST amount Xero is showing against the exact GST on the bill. If you see a 1 cent rounding difference after multiplying by 11, tweak the second line by a cent so both the total and the GST align perfectly. Once everything matches, go ahead and save or approve the bill, depending on your workflow. With this approach, your GST splits are accurate, your expenses sit in the right account, and your BAS reporting will reflect the supplier bill exactly. That's all there is to it.